When you go to the grocery store, we suggest having some reusable bags. We have the net ones for our fruits and vegetables. In this one, we have new potatoes. We have sweet potatoes in this particular bag. These just make it handy. You don't have to use all the plastics that they have in the grocery store. You can take these home, put them in your pantry, and then wash them between uses. That usually helps out a whole lot. We usually like to unpack everything from our grocery store and get rid of all the plastics that you do have. We do have the canvas bags that you can put grains in, you can put seeds in, nuts in, anything from the bulk counters. We highly suggest using all the bulk that you can. There's a lot of stores that are going to that. They have even candy clusters, they have all your oats and all your flours, just a lot of different items in the bulk section. So look in your store and see and become familiar with what your store offers. And we are just gonna come home from the store, get your bag and fill up your jars. We have all of our jars labeled in these airtight containers. Makes it so easy to be able to come home, fill your jars up. When you see that it's empty in your pantry, you know that's an item that you need on your grocery list. Even though possibly it may not be in your menus, I would add those kind of items saying, if you have some empty jars, go ahead and pick that item up. I think we got some barley in here. We love to cook with barley, has some great nutrients in there, great fiber for your diet, helps with weight loss. This is brown rice, and we'll do some specials a little bit later on how to compare all the different grains with one another. This is brown rice, basmati brown rice. You can purchase these bags at the grocery store. Usually they're in the bulk section. They're usually very inexpensive, but you can reuse them time and time again. Leah, tell us a little bit about the containers when we get home from the grocery store. Like right here, we have almond meal. We're going to want to put this in one of our containers, and tell us a little bit about the jars that we're using.
Okay, the reason we like to get the food items out of the packaging is that we have these really great glass containers. They are airtight and they really help to keep our food fresh. So we like to always have the jar the right size so that when we get home we don't have any leftovers in our packaging, and our family can come in and snack out of these jars, and we can do our baking and our meal planning and cooking right from these jars. So it's really very handy.
We love having these. We actually label each one of these, and this says white rice on it, but this is actually white rice flour. So a little bit different than what we would normally think of in this jar, but there's lots of different flours that we suggest using.
Right.
We're going to do another video on all the flours that are possibilities. There's tapioca flour, coconut flour, almond flour, besides your whole wheat flour.
Right.
So there's just so many good options for that, but they all cook a little bit differently. So we're going to talk in another video about the different flours and their usages. Also, we say choose 3 grains that you know that your family is going to use. I mean, we like barley, we like oatmeal, and brown rice. Those are probably my top 3. I think y'all do a lot of quinoa. You choose what your family would enjoy.
Right.
I think that's always important.
Right.
The other category for these, and I don't see that we have any out here today, but is legumes. So if your family likes beans, navy beans, pinto beans, white beans, there's just a lot of options there. Choose what your family actually eats and make sure you have plenty on hand.
We also want to put all of our sweeteners that we have chosen as a family that we feel comfortable incorporating these sugars or sweeteners into our recipes. Find those options and fill your jars with things like coconut sugar, honey. We even have like an organic cane sugar over here that we also, feel pretty good about using. We do limit our sweeteners, but we want to have them on hand because, we do need to sweeten a few things. There's so many options nowadays as far as our flours, our sweeteners, our grains that are really great options, and we want you to start taking advantage of what all's out there, because a lot of it is very nutrient dense and we need to get that into our diets.
We're going to continue on how to restock your pantry or to actually stock your pantry. Maybe you want to go through before you go to the grocery store, clean out all your expired food that's in there, foods that maybe are a little over processed that you're trying to maybe move toward another way of eating. So we would suggest getting rid of all of that or putting it in a place outside of your pantry that maybe you can just use up quickly and start incorporating some healthier options. So thank you so much for watching today. We're so excited to be able to be in this new year and share with you some things that we've learned over the years and that we're still learning. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any great comments that you can come up with that might be just some options that we would love to look into, we would love to hear from you. We hope to see you in the next video.